Let me see. There's one. There's two. How many of these do we have?
We have 4 of
We have
those,
4 of these.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, we have 4.
I'm
And
really
they're all
digging
good.
that.
Yeah, they are.
Clyde Mays. I'm digging this. Here, Jeff, you want to chat about that?
Oh, me?
Yeah, why not?
Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
You're a dork.
What?
I don't know. I just
Welcome
miss
to
you.
Dudes Like Us.
Yeah. I'm Jeff.
I'm Paul.
I'm Sean.
Ah,
Oh,
damn it, man.
you guys.
Yeah, we
suck.
totally effed it up.
But yeah, we're enjoying our 4th Clyde Mays. There's a standard bourbon that we've gone through. We're in our 2nd bottle of that. And this one is the Clyde Mays, the original Alabama-style whiskey.
Alabama style. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
What makes it Alabama style?
I don't know.
Ooh, that was a hard fade.
I don't know. But it's 85 proof. Seems a little spicier than that to me. At least that last one did. But I just
85
had
proof.
a
All right.
Werther's.
So not a strong whiskey.
No.
That's okay.
It's flavorful, though.
It
yeah.
is flavorful. It's actually really good.
I know my first sip, I tasted a lot of tobacco, but again, I still had a piece of Werther's in my mouth, and I think that kind of skewed things.
You had chaw
You had what in your mouth?
in your mouth.
I had Werther's, a piece of candy.
I was like, who's he?
Oh, I thought it was chaw.
No,
Oh.
I've tried the. I've never done the hardcore just stuffing leaves in your mouth. Like I've never done that with the tobacco leaves.
I've never done any of
I've
it.
tried the little skull bandit things. I got so sick, I spit it out.
Like back when you were like in high school?
No,
or?
yeah, I was high school
Yeah.
or maybe freshman or sophomore in college.
2nd grade.
It was 2nd grade. I
Yeah,
did it.
2nd grade. That's when they really hit the kids.
And I did it, and you stick it down in there, and it leaches out, and you spit it out and everything.
That's so gross.
I got sick, and I felt like shit. I've never done it again, so I was like, I'm done.
I never did it.
You ever see those videos once in a blue moon of like some Asian child, like looks like maybe 3, 4, 5, smoking a cigarette?
Oh yeah,
How
well,
odd and weird that is.
Overseas?
Yeah.
When I lived in Indonesia, it was not uncommon to see children smoking cigarettes.
That is
Not uncommon. Everybody smoked cigarettes, and they were clove cigarettes, which actually to me smell great.
Yeah, they don't smell horrible.
No, they don't. I actually was.
So it's not tobacco, or is it clove leaves?
I think it's a mixture.
or is it tobacco leaves with clove mixed in with it?
I have
yeah,
no
I
idea.
I would guess that it's a mixture of it.
No,
It's got to be tobacco. I mean, you don't just smoke clove.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I wonder if somebody could look
I'm
that
not a
up for us.
clove cigarette.
Only if we
expert.
had like somebody who could look up stuff. That'd be cool. All right,
Yes.
clove cigarettes.
Fail. No,
All right, what
he does
is
a
it?
great job.
So it's ground up.
Important facts and health risk of clove cigarettes. All right, let's see what we got here. Also known as
Critex.
Critex.
I hear they're like so much. They're like worse for you.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
know.
mistakenly thought to be a safe smoking alternative to regular cigarettes. However, apparently they are just as problematic as traditional.
Produced
All right.
in
Well, there's
Indonesia.
60 to 80% tobacco, and then 20 to 40% ground clove buds
Yeah.
and clove oil.
Okay, all right, so it's a mix. And it's produced in Indonesia. Who would have known it? That's like everybody. I lived there for 5 years. Everybody, and I mean everybody,
Did you?
smoked clove cigarettes. I did
you?
not. I did not.
Your
brothers.
family wasn't impacted.
Nobody in my family
peer
ever
pressure?
smoked cigarettes.
You said it smelled. I've never smelled one. Does it smell like Thanksgiving or something like that? Like
Yeah, I actually
fall time?
I love the smell of it. I
Do they
don't
make fun of you? Like
honestly,
you guys
I
go out
don't
to eat at
remember.
a dinner restaurant and all the other friends are making fun of, oh, Paul, don't smoke a clove cigarette. And they,
I don't remember them
No.
sounding like that.
I don't know what they say. But I mean, do they make fun of you?
No, of course not.
Oh,
Like
pressure
who?
you?
Like who? My peers?
Yes.
would
I'm
you,
in middle school.
As
would you
they're-
like a
as-
stogie?
As they're smoking J's. Come on, Paul.
Okay, well, okay.
No,
you-
they're C's.
Well,
C's, smoking
first off, you
C's.
made it sound like that all my friends were Indonesian. So I went to
wow.
So you
Jakarta International
you
School.
segregated
It was
yourself.
very
hold on.
vague.
You
Hold on.
didn't want to mingle with the commoners, did you, or the locals?
Why would I? I'm a privileged Westerner.
Look at me, white privilege.
No, but seriously, I went to a Jakarta International School, and there was 187 nationalities represented at that school.
Damn.
And so I had Australian friends.
I want you to name all of them.
Okay, Thailand, How many more do I have?
186.
Okay. So I had friends who were from the Philippines, Australia, Europe, all sorts of countries in Europe. It was awesome, and English was the language that everybody spoke at the
Of
school
course, because it's best.
because it is the best. So anyway, yeah, not a lot of Indonesian friends that smoked clove cigarettes that made fun of me. That to answer your question.
All right.
Okay.
So go back to
All right, moving on.
the Clyde Mays. I want to see if they have the mash bill on there or some kind of explanation that what makes it an Alabama style.
Yeah, that's
They're
gonna
not-
be tough.
This isn't saying too much here, is it?
No, we may have to
Oh, there it
Google
is.
this one.
It's aged 4 years in oak barrels and finished with a hint of apple. I guess
Hint
there's apple added.
Is
Yeah,
that,
there you
Is
go.
that what makes it Alabama style? Which, by the way, they have a trademark
It's not
on.
painted. Apricot and apple, that's close.
They have a trademark on Alabama style for whiskeys.
So,
Very interesting.
well, I bet it's because of the apples. I bet they're proprietary to the.
All right, we're gonna have
The
to Google
barrels.
that. Like,
Right.
what is the Alabama style trademark?
Well, if I could read the bottle. and
Well,
what's it in.
there's a lush coating of the mouth as flavor kicks into action. A whole mouth. Paul, stop it.
Can you read that?
Oh.
No, I hear him over there.
Oh.
Did you hear what he said? All right. So the appearance is a deep glimmering bronze. The nose is a distinct, a rich caramel, dried orchard fruits, and green apple. And the palate is warm, medium-bodied spirit with accent of black pepper and the hints of anise and toasted oak.
I taste the black pepper.
All right, so I have an explanation here on the bottle.
So you did the old man
It
trick.
said, "Yeah, I did. I had
You
to
took a
take a
picture of it?
picture of it and zoom it." Yeah. Clyde May lived outside the law. He was a moonshiner by trade and craftsman by heart, using a hand-built copper still, fresh Alabama spring water, and the finest local grains. He vowed to make the best darn whiskey Alabama ever tasted.
Wow.
What is Alabama-style whiskey? It's Clyde's proprietary process that makes this 4-year-old American whiskey unusually smooth. It starts with a full nose of green apples and peaches met with a creamy, straight bourbon wood spice.
Yeah, I get a
That
boner.
smooth,
Creamy.
Stop. That smooths to a lingering finish of fresh orchard fruits and spices. Raise a glass
Jesus, does
to
this
a
stop?
genuine what is that? Iconoclast
Where are you reading this?
and an American hero.
Off the bottle.
John R.
All right, well there you go.
All right. I think we all enjoy it. I didn't enjoy that first sip, but I do after I cleanse the palate. It is quite tasty.
Yeah. And even down to the anise. This one was an easy one for me to get the tastes. I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think you're refining. You're becoming whiskey sommelier.
Mr.
John.
Producer, are you doing all right? I don't know if you're laughing or dying. Oh, that was sneeze.
I let it all out when I sneeze. I don't hold it in.
Daughter bought some apple cider from the store, the reduced cost section. I drank about half a carafe before I came here.
Oh, that's going to upset the stomach. It's going to upset the balance.
Yeah.
Of what, of sour milk? What did you
No, it
drink?
was apple cider.
Oh, no. Ooh.
Yeah.
You'll be butt fluent here soon.
Yeah, no bueno, amigo.
Yeah.
I just put toilet paper in there, so if you need it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Anywho, so the it's fantastic. I like it, and you know what? I like the whole Clyde Mays thing. I'm looking at the different bottles. I know we have the straight whiskey bourbon. Do we have the rye? Straight
No,
rye?
we don't have the rye. We have the black label.
We have the cask with the 12.
Yeah, we got that one. That one's out there.
And
We have
black-
that. We have that one.
We have
The
the 110.
black label and the red label.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
the standard.
Well, that's good.
And that now.
This one's good, man. I really like it.
Yeah. So we need to get the rye, and then I think our collection will be complete.
Is that he just has the 5?
That's all that was on this site. Was the straight rye, bourbon, Alabama style whiskey. Oh shit! Hold on.
Special
Shit.
reserve.
Yeah.
Are we making a mistake by avoiding the rye whiskeys? I mean, do we know for certain we
No, I think what we're doing is we're staying in an area until we can figure something out, and I think we're starting to turn a corner.
on trying some ryes?
I'm branching out to like the rise.
Because we
And-
tried one. I remember very early in the process, we tried one and it was like tart or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It was
then
rye-y.
we looked up the mash bill and it was like had a bunch of rye. Not crazy, like not to the point where it has to be defined as a rye whiskey. But we
Yeah, but
thought
that's the direction
I
we wanna
thought
go.
that the rye content made it.
What
Something.
is the balance on a rye whiskey?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, no, it means it instead there's no wheat. Instead, there's no wheat. There's only rye.
Well, you have probably 51% corn.
You still have corn and barley.
Well, actually, no, because it's a rye. It's not a bourbon, right? So it could be 40% corn, 40% rye.
well, no, you can have a
20%.
rye bourbon. It just has to be 51% corn.
No, I think a rye is that's
Is
not a
that
bourbon,
true?
is it?
Can you have a rye bourbon?
You can
Mr.
have a high
Producer?
rye bourbon, but it's not
yeah,
a rye.
there's wheat bourbons and then there's rye.
But
Correct.
when you see like that Clyde Mace rye, that I don't think that said bourbon on it.
It,
Yeah,
it
It's
the
a
did.
rye whiskey, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, so which is similar to bourbon whiskey, but must be distilled rye grain. Oh, okay. So it doesn't have corn. Instead of corn, it has rye. That's the difference.
But it can't have corn in it, can it?
Yes,
Just like bourbon can have rye in it.
correct.
But rye
Interesting.
is the
Dominant
main
grain.
ingredient,
Yeah,
right?
dominant grain. Okay, interesting. All right, so
Well, I say we venture into it. You know, I think we should look at some Canadian whiskeys as well. Venture
Okay.
into that zone.
yeah, we can do that. And I think we've tried Irish whiskey as well.
Yeah, we tried the red breast last week.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was good.
So
Nothing
tasty.
wrong with that.
with the rye ratio, so they've got it set sort of like the opposite of corn. So if it's a rye whiskey, then it's got to be at least 51% rye, which means that you could still fill the other half with 49% corn,
right?
or it could be
Barley.
25 wheat, 25 corn.
Right.
There we go.
You know, I mean, what is the mix?
Anything you want.
Right.
So to me, now it's starting to,
That's what makes each one of these unique, right?
yeah.
Right. So I think we venture. You know, maybe we try with the Clyde Mays, right? Or ask our contents. What's a good entry level rye? You know, we couldn't. There's no way we could have jumped right into some of these bourbons we have today.
right.
You know, we're drinking the 80 proof stuff there, and all of a sudden, if we would have thrown out Noah's Mill, we'd have been like, "Wow,
Yeah.
there's no way."
We had to allow our livers to build up an outer coating
It did.
that wouldn't burn a hole through
Yeah.
our livers.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys watch any of that Rittenhouse stuff? And specifically, I want to touch about all of that, but I heard something. I was wondering, were they playing with the pixelations of videos to try to blot out certain evidence? Did you hear anything
I
about
don't
that?
know.
I did not
I
hear
don't
anything about that.
I
no.
would not put that past that prosecutor, though.
Oh, he's a douchebag, man. He was so desperate. I mean, he totally crossed all sorts of lines in his desperation to.
Did you hear the police officers when he was like, well, you know, no one made you say this. It says, no one asked you or no one made you say this. You guys asked me to say this. Where he-
Oh shit!
yeah.
This was a witness for the
Yeah,
prosecutor.
the police, one of the police guys. He
He
was
said,
like, yeah, you told me to say that.
"Oh, how is that not a mistrial right there?"
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know they're deliberating right now.
I heard they're split right now.
That's what you heard.
That's what I just read.
Oh,
yeah.
please tell me that's not true. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're split right now.
This is the most obvious, clear-cut, open-shut case of self-defense if I've ever seen one. And the prosecution completely botched their case, not that they even had one. And you're telling me they're split?
Yeah, that's what I read.
And then I can promise you it's along racial lines. I can promise you.
Says jury doesn't reach consensus.
Unbelievable. They're going to be a hung jury. It's going to be a hung jury.
And then what? They do it again?
Yep. They do it again.
Yeah.
But I can promise you the judge is going to be like, no, go back in there and figure it out. That's what they do. And then they go at it again, and then they fight, and they cry, and they scream at each other in the jury room, and then they come out and say, nope, we didn't get there. And it's usually one person,
Right.
one person or two people, which is what happened in the OJ case.
Right. So they were about to convict him, and then one person was like, "No, you didn't do it."
That's right. There again.
Probably because he was an OJ fan, or she was, and snuck through the vetting process.
No. The opposite. They were going to acquit him, and then one person said, "No. He's a murderer."
Oh, really?
That's the more likely scenario because it's such an obvious case of self-defense.
Well, OJ was?
No. I'm talking about Wittenhouse. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yes. No. You're right. On the OJ thing, yes, that's correct. There was like two people. There were two women that said, that he didn't do it. That's right. You're absolutely right. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah. So this is a big deal. And, and they're already mobilizing. Wisconsin's mobilizing like 500 National Guard.
Stupid.
And the Chicago police waived the day off for any cops that had the day off. They waived it because they're getting ready for massive unrest for what should have been a very easy acquittal.
They don't care about the evidence. They just want him guilty.
Yeah, because of what they've been spoon-fed by
Correct.
MSNBC and CNN.
And they're calling him racist.
Well,
he's a white guy
President
who
Biden
shot
called him
three white guys.
a
the
white
president.
supremacist. Our president of the United States called him a white supremacist.
Before any facts were known.
But
'Cause he's a douchebag.
But he shot three white guys.
Yeah.
How's that racist?
It isn't.
And one of them was screaming the N-word during the protest.
Yeah, I know.
And burning black businesses.
And a child molester. And what was the other one? One was a convicted
One's
child
a
molester. One's a
domestic violence
in
guy.
In the nut house.
Convicted
came out
for
of a psych
strangulation.
Yeah, great. These are really,
They're winners.
upstanding people here.
Anyway.
Yeah. Invite those guys to our next podcast.
Yeah.
They're dead.
Well, two of them we can't. One that's missing an arm or a part of a bicep.
his
We can
bicep
invite
got
him.
obliterated.
Yeah. Man, that was crazy seeing the slow motion on that where
I never watched it.
you see the video and there's all of a sudden there's like a blur of white and it's just
Like a pink mist.
yeah, it's like it just vaporized.
But this is the guy that had a gun pointed to Wittenhouse's head.
Correct.
Yeah, well,
And admitted it.
He had it pulled back like this, and so they were saying, see, they're so full of shit.
So
They're saying he
ridiculous.
had his phone in his left hand,
Okay.
and he had his gun in his right hand, and they said that no, his gun was in the left hand, and because I guess he was holding it like.
Well, and then they're saying there are no left-handed guns.
Oh, really? I own one.
That was their argument.
That's crazy. That's retarded. That's completely retarded.
And you saw the footage of the prosecutor with the AR-15
Holding it incorrectly.
aiming it at the jury.
Oh, God,
Put
you
his
never.
finger on the trigger.
You
Yes.
never, ever
Haven't we
aim a
learned
weapon. I don't care if it's
Well,
unloaded or not.
From
Alec Baldwin,
Rust.
didn't we learn? Yeah. I mean, what
From
would
Alec
have happened?
Baldwin,
Boom. Oh, crap.
capping people.
Unbelievable. Look at him.
right there.
First of all, he doesn't even have it on his shoulder. It's up over his shoulder. I mean, look at him. He's what a fool.
Oh, he looks kind of cool there though.
No,
No.
he doesn't.
If he shot that,
he
he'd
looks like
hurt
an
himself.
idiot.
That's good stuff. I feel bad for the kid, being so young and having to go through, it's like going to war. I mean, imagine sending your kid off to war and he has to kill 2 or 3 people. He's
Yeah.
going to come back pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And I don't think people, he's going to have post-traumatic stress syndrome from this.
Well, but I thought LeBron James said that that he was making fun or like he was mocking.
He was.
So doesn't LeBron James knows that those weren't real tears, right? Isn't he the authority on?
LeBron
Oh, did you see
is-
the meme of him wincing and crying when he had a cramp or when he hurt his ankle?
Says
I'm talking about
he's
LeBron
also
James.
Oh, yeah, when
guilty
he was
of the
getting
worst
carried
hate
off
crime
the
since Dawson.
Yes, and he was crying when he was being carried off the court.
Right.
Yep, there it is, right there, showing him.
LeBron's a piece of shit.
Showing LeBron crying.
They go up.
Oh,
one-
what
one.
a freaking douchebag! Oh man, unbelievable.
Yeah, what a butt. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, that's LeBron, man. He's racist.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, that's just flat out.
He's
he
a
does
pig.
not like white people, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, he said it.
Yep, I get it.
He likes the Chinese.
Anyway, so I actually I don't know what's going to happen. So I really, really hope that this jury doesn't get influenced by what would happen if they don't convict.
Well, didn't you say that they've already figured out the names and they've taken pictures?
Well,
and-
somebody was caught filming them, yeah, and they made them delete. I'm assuming they confiscated the camera and made them delete the pictures. Is what I was.
So we think no one else has done this.
I don't know.
They just caught the one.
I know.
And
I
it's in
know.
their. They probably deleted off the phone, but it was still in their cache.
It's in the cloud.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Oh,
That
yeah,
too.
no,
Yeah.
I mean, if that kind of stuff happens, if the jury is hounded by and harassed by people because they acquit him, it's going to change the justice system in this country to where people aren't going to want to do their civic duty.
Well, it's not going to be a public trial. No one's going to be allowed in there.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
going to
think.
be. It's going to be closed
That's
trials.
That's what I think needs to happen. But then, of course, they're going to claim, that it's jaded or slanted. I mean, they're already dogging the judge.
I wouldn't allow cameras in there at all. The media's making this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they are inciting a riot right now by putting all this on there, saying there's going to be a riot.
Right.
They're telling the people
They
there's
need to
going to be a
mobilize.
riot.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
They need to mobilize.
By the way, guys, all supporters of the Rittenhouse, or all the supporters of Rittenhouse going to jail, we're going to get ready. We're going to riot.
Right.
If this goes south, we're going to riot. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. If they don't come back with a conviction, I'm really worried about what's going to happen in all these cities in America because this is obviously an injustice.
So I really think they should close the courtrooms. I don't think they should be televised. I think that at the end of the day, they should have some sort of hand-drawn
Caricatures.
those things that they used to do,
Right.
before.
Yeah, like
before.
what you get at Six Flags.
Yeah, well, just some. My point is,
Yes, those kind of characters.
is that
big head
they're giving this too much
on a
attention
surfboard?
Yeah.
for what it is.
Yes, exactly.
I agree. I don't need to. I haven't watched any of this except what I've seen on the news.
No, I
but
haven't either.
some people are just sitting there watching it all day.
Did you hear that YouTube took down the independent feeds during the
Why?
trial?
It wasn't fitting the narrative.
So there was it came on a portion where they were talking. I can't remember exactly. It was a kind of a pivotal moment where they were making a case about this or that, and YouTube pulled the feeds from
They had a
independent.
very difficult time.
Yes,
pulling
and
up.
then about I think it was 40 minutes later, they
Really?
re-enabled them. Yeah, total censorship.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, total.
Did you also hear that YouTube is doing away with the thumbs up or thumbs down?
I didn't even know there was a thumbs
Yeah,
up,
so when you're on
thumbs down.
YouTube, you could say, I like this video.
Oh, okay,
Or
yeah.
I don't like this video. Well, the White House and
They say it's hurtful that
no, the White House, everyone's downvoting all the videos they put out. So they're trying to say, well, we're trying to help the small
oh my god.
show.
They're protecting the White House.
Yes, that's the theory. So
That is
the dislikes.
unbelievable.
YouTube's getting rid of it because they're saying that it hurts the smaller product
Really?
people. But in
Okay.
reality, if you look at all the White House stuff, it's like thousands of downvotes versus just a few hundred upvotes.
Unbelievable.
Well, just one thing at a time.
Yep. Crazy. Let's go, Brandon.
Well,
That's
I don't
funny.
even know, man. Even if Brandon gets out, it's going to carry on. I mean, Facebook has changed to Meta. I mean, this whole thing is getting out of hand.
I know.
I bring and welcome new technology. I'm just a little nervous that it's getting too addictive. When you sit there and stare at TikTok for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you're kind of like
4.5 hours.
you can't get off.
I know. I've been warning you guys about this.
You sit there and just keep popping them.
The only TikToks I get are the ones that you guys send me, and it's usually horrifying.
Oh,
What do you
shut
send?
up.
Did you see the one?
You should be
About the-
thankful. We're
about
saving
the
you
one giving
hours of your
birth.
life.
Yes. I was like, why? You don't remember my response? Like, Jeff, for the love of God, why?
It wasn't real.
The lady that had the prosthetic
Had the
hips that
prosthetic.
was showing the way
How to stretch your hips.
how the woman gives birth. They actually had like the little hip and how it opens up.
Yeah, I saw that. And they had a little baby in there.
And then a little baby like it was going to launch. That was disturbing.
Yeah, I just don't understand.
I don't know. I didn't get it either. But I felt
But
you guys
thank you
need
for
to
Yeah,
share
sharing
that's
that.
why you sent it.
I did. I was like, I had to see that. So You guys have to see
Okay, we need to revisit that rule. If something scarred you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean you have to scar others.
Oh my God!
To make it right in the
This
world.
tastes horrible. Here, try
Yeah,
some.
oh, you gotta try this. It tastes like shit.
Asshole.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so I'm trying to not look at it as much as I used to, and I don't. I do when I take the dog out so she can do her business outside. I'll sit down and I'll flip through a couple. That's usually when you guys get them, but I don't look at it throughout the day.
Yeah, well, that's good because it can be totally all-consuming. I can
Yeah.
imagine. Well, because they're quick, they're super quick, and they're so diverse. Like you don't know what it's like rolling the dice. It's like gambling.
It is,
Like you don't know what you're going to get next. It's like super exciting what could happen.
unless you like all the boobies.
Oh, boobies.
Why are you looking at me?
Tell us about that, Sean.
Well, if you go to my mind, then some boobies pop up. I can't help it. They're random.
But it doesn't show them. They're just they're in tight little skimpy outfits, and they just
they do these little dances.
Making the parents proud.
And
Is
they're
what
wearing
she's doing.
thongs and prancing around. Some are kind of funny. Some are kind of nasty. I usually like to leave comments like, anytime a girl has those long fingernails,
Mm-hmm.
I always put on there, still poopy.
Yes, I know. You brought that up before. Which is
I do it
kinda
all the
gross.
time. I do it so often that on my clipboard, I just hold it down and just copy and paste it. Still poopy. Bam. It's the first one, so it's like bam.
Do people comment on it?
Some laugh
I
because they
get
know
it.
Yeah, some people do because it's funny.
You think about it, you're like, it's probably true.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Gross.
Nasty.
Okay. All right. Anyway, TikTok bad. Got it.
What? No, the addiction, not just the TikTok, but the addiction. I mean, going towards what did you mention during the podcast? Facebook was changing to Meta.
Facebook's changing to the name to Meta.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Didn't we?
Well,
I
you
thought we
brought
did.
it up. I mentioned it beforehand, but Sean brought it
All
up.
right. Well, I mean,
Ah.
I didn't know if we had talked about it during the
No.
podcast. I know we talked about it earlier, but
Okay.
they're wanting to take like the Oculars, the VRs, and whether they're through some glasses, and that's what Meta is, based on what I've understood. That you're going
That's
to be
where
able to
they're
sit in rooms, well, basically where you
Yeah.
exist in a virtual world.
Yeah, watch the little video there. Paul
It's
hasn't
called
seen that.
Metaverse.
Metaverse.
The
will be
metaverse
social.
will be social. 3D spaces in the metaverse will let you socialize, learn, collaborate, and play in ways to go beyond what we can imagine. Listen to Mark Zuckerberg share the vision for bringing the Metroverse to
How
life together.
exciting. I can't wait.
All right, come on, Mark, bring it, bitch.
This is an hour.
Oh, well, we need the cliff.
Yeah, we
notes.
can't do it now.
Well, hold on. Let's hear the intro. Just see what it says. Is that some sound good music?
Oh, great.
Oh, look at Mark.
Hey, and welcome to Connect.
Hey, thanks,
Today,
Mark.
we're going
Hey.
to talk about the
What size
metaverse.
bowl do you use to cut your hair?
I want to share what we imagine is possible.
It looks like
Okay.
Jim Carrey for
Experiences
Dumb
you'll
and Dumber,
have,
doesn't
the
he?
creative economy we'll all build, and the technology that needs to be invented,
This
as
guy's
well
my
as how
hero.
we're going to all do this together. The basic story of technology
That
in
dude's
our
rich as
lifetimes
shit. He doesn't
is
give
how
a
it's given
fuck
us
what
the
we say.
power
I
to
know.
express
He's like,
ourselves
you know what?
Nor
and
should he.
experience the world with ever greater
He says,
richness.
I look like Herman Munster's child, and I don't give a shit.
That mostly meant text that we
Right.
typed on
I've
computers.
completely lost
Is he
interest in
married?
listening to this guy.
Yeah, you can turn this off.
Yeah, I have no interest in
Is he
listening to that-
married?
that fool.
Do you
Yes,
know,
he is married.
Does he have any kids?
I believe so.
That is
Yep.
so interesting.
Yep. Well,
What, that he's married?
Yeah, I mean, how that dynamic works. I mean, when you're that wealthy, I mean, even like Elon Musk. I mean,
He's
isn't
not
he?
married.
He's not married. Well, he was married, right?
I don't know if he ever was.
did
I
he
don't know.
break up with the woman that he had a child with?
Yes.
They were never married, though.
No.
And
I
it was
think
some
so.
weird name.
Yeah, like Waka or something like that.
Waka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I wonder. I mean, he's got to have some girlfriends or something.
Oh, I'm sure he
I'm
does.
sure he can get any girlfriend he wants. He's worth what, $300 billion now.
There, that's the one. There's the.
Is that his daughter?
No,
No, that's
that's
who he
his
was dating.
girlfriend
Oh, that's
that he had a
weird.
baby with.
Grimes.
Dude, she looks.
Yeah,
Well,
her
he's
name was
actually looks young
Grimes.
there too, though. She's kind of goth looking. Well, anyways, I just kind of wondering how they're. I mean, from what I understand, isn't Elon Musk like the richest guy on the planet right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
he is.
His net worth, I mean, a lot of us in stock is $300 billion.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Wow.
He's going to be the first trillionaire. Look at that.
That means he can like go to Europe anytime he wants.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could pretty much do whatever he wants.
I wonder if he's been vaccinated.
He could fly to space.
How much vacation do you think he gets a year?
I don't
He
think
probably
he'll
have
take
a-
vacation.
he probably doesn't.
Maybe 3 weeks.
Probably whenever he wants it, but
I
he probably
thought-
doesn't take much.
I thought it was fantastic when he was on the Joe Rogan show and lit up
Smoking a
a
doob.
little spleef.
Smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
Doob.
I mean, and look at Joe Rogan. Joe
What-
Rogan's got to
what
be the
state did
coolest
they do
MFer
their-
on the
That was in California,
They're allowed to do that there?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan, that's probably one of the coolest things I've seen on the Joe Rogan show.
Why? Because they were smoking joints?
Well, he smokes joints on the show frequently, but
Joe Rogan does?
but with Elon Musk is what I'm saying. I mean, what a planetary icon, and to have him do something like that, it just says a lot. That
Yeah,
Joe
he took
Rogan?
a lot of heat. I know Joe Rogan took Elon
Joe
Musk
Rogan
took
is
took a
ripped.
a lot of heat for coming on his show.
douche.
But you know what? He's pretty outspoken.
Joe Rogan.
No, Elon Musk. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been saying, not to Californianize Texas and all that kind of stuff.
Well, he needs to play a big part in that. Yeah, he moved here. I guess he's in the process of moving here to Texas. Tesla's moving down to Austin, which is like a little California.
Yeah. Oh my God, they had You realize Austin defunded the police?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they defunded the police. Millions and millions of dollars. That went through.
Are they having issues now?
Murder went up 200%.
God.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Right.
220% or something like that.
So one of the other things that Austin, I don't know what the outcome was the where they allowed the homeless to basically camp anywhere.
Yeah, they did
Yeah,
that.
that was a meltdown.
Did they overturn that?
I believe
not that I'm
so.
aware- Did they? Because I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were able to right in front of your house. If it's a sidewalk, they could pitch a tent and live there right in front of your house.
I mean, that was the same problem in
Shit on your lawn.
in California. The people that worked for Google could not afford to live in California, so they all stayed in RVs and trucks. They slept in their cars and then just lining all the streets around the
Right.
Google campus.
That's terrible.
Terrible.
Hold on. You're saying that the employees of Google lived in their vehicle outside of Google.
Yeah.
And
Because
would shit
Silicon
in the
Valley
street.
is so expensive to live. It's the most expensive place to live, just about.
Yeah, there was this one couple that was staying in a camper on the street, and he was working at Google.
Well, screw it. I mean, if you're young and you're adventurous, and we started here,
Yeah,
you probably save a ton of money.
probably making $200,000-$300,000 a year and still can't afford to buy a house there.
No, probably not.
Well, they could save it and then work for 3-4 years and move to Texas. You could buy a mansion.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
You
what
know, in
most,
fact, that's what a lot of people are doing.
a lot of them. Yep.
That reminds me, my neighbor sold their house in less than a day.
Wow.
Full asking.
This is the craziest, hottest sellers market ever. And people are offering like, 30, 40, 50,000 over asking price.
They got their asking before their open house.
Right.
And she said that she had well over 100 appointments. People wanted to come by and look at it.
Wow. Insane.
And didn't they do it like 30,000 over?
Yeah, I mean
They did 30,000 over what I think was supposed to be normal.
yeah, now you can probably you can do more than that. You do 100,000 over, I bet you,
Yeah, so,
and you get somebody to buy it because
yeah.
they're desperate.
So the sale is pending. So unless it falls through, it's gone. So
That's good. You know what? If I could sell my house for $550,000, I
Probably
might.
could.
you probably could.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I had fought my wife on this for so long, and I've always been, no, I want to keep the house.
Oh, she wants to sell it
Yeah. And
move where?
I don't know. I don't
Can't
care.
move back in Frisco.
Yeah, that's the problem. You can't move to another place in Frisco.
Well, whatever. I mean, we can. It'll just,
Be $500,000.
it'd be the same. We
Yeah,
just
you-
take
right,
our
you're
You're
house.
not
and move.
gaining anything.
But we could, we go to one level instead of having a two-story.
Right.
Do one level.
Downsize, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't necessarily mean downsize, but have the same square footage, but not two-story.
Do they make houses that big, 1-story?
I
They
don't know.
do, but they're ranch-style houses, and they're just as expensive, if not more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind out a little bit further north. I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we moved.
Well, Prosper, from what I understand, is Little California now. We ran into somebody, and they said that they're thinking of leaving because most of the people that are moving there are from California, and it's changing the landscape of things up there.
Oh, wow. Like in
Prosper.
terms of their city council and
All that bullshit. The schools, everything.
great. I just love it. That
Yeah.
They ruined California, so here they come.
Yep. So she's like, yeah, we're thinking of getting out.
Wow.
She's been up there for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
How disheartening.
Yep. Yep.
They're like a parasite.
That
It's
sucks.
like a virus.
A
That's what it
virus.
is.
That is so messed up.
Kind of is. Kind of hateful.
Yeah, but it's true. You know, I mean, I don't want critical race theory taught in our schools, and frankly, I'm glad that people are starting to stand up, and the parents are starting to stand up, and it seems the more we push, the more freaked out the school boards are getting.
They're
Right.
like, who are you to?
It-
These aren't your kids. They're our kids.
There's like a mafia style school board system. I mean, with this, the what is it? The National School Board Association
Oh, yeah.
wrote to
Well, they know they
the
work
Department
together.
DOJ.
They work
work
together. Well, with the White House.
with the White House.
Well, they sent a memo
Mm-hmm.
telling them, hey, look, we're losing control, and we need to. I cannot believe they wanted to call the parents terrorists.
They did.
They did do that.
They
That is
didn't want to.
absolutely
They
crazy.
did. They're domestic terrorists.
Yeah. Well,
Are they still pursuing that?
And the White House was like, okay, yeah, we're good with that memo.
Yeah. Are they still pursuing that, or is that just
I think it's
died
probably died down. I mean, I don't know. There was a shitstorm after that.
big time?
So,
Big time.
Ever contributing to Biden's plummeting numbers. What is he at? 27%?
it depends which poll, but it doesn't matter. It's low.
It's crazy low.
Yeah.
It's I feel bad. It's like you can't say much more. And Kamala Harris, she's
Even lower.
She's even lower. It's just
I hear those two are bickering.
Yeah, they're it's the most ridiculous administration I've ever seen.
Yeah.
there's the Kamala Harris was at some event,
Over in France.
and someone had mentioned another person's name when she was.
Oh
sitting there.
no, that was at the White House.
Was that the White House?
Yeah, they introduced somebody while she was standing at the podium, and she said, "In just a moment,"
Yeah.
about the
there
other
should be-
person that was. I mean, it was just a mistake. I mean, obviously they meant to, or they should have said, Kamala Harris. But
Assistant President Kamala Harris,
Assistant president.
or Vice President.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
she is an assistant president.
No, she sucks.
Well, no,
does.
that's like below a vice president.
Yeah.
well, and then in France, she started using a French accent. I didn't watch the video. Did you watch it?
I saw it. Yeah.
Was she just like being
well,
playful?
there's certain
or
word, certain word that she kept saying, and she was trying to do a French accent. It was just bad.
Is she part
being-
French?
No, she's
was,
Maybe
she,
she's
Indian,
been learning
Indian
how
and
to speak
Jamaican,
French.
isn't she?
was she just being silly though, or was she
I
just?
don't know.
She's just a mess.
No.
She's
She wasn't.
psychotic.
Yeah, it's that one right there. That second one. And that's just a picture, but I can't remember the phrase she kept saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just bad. It's just like when Hillary Clinton was talking all Southern and
Oh
whatnot in her
yes.
speech.
The Kamala Harris scandal, the French accent.
We campaign with the plan.
There it is.
Uppercase T, uppercase P. The plan. We're expected to defend the plan. The plan.
I think it's just kind of a
The
mocking.
plan. The
It's-
plan. The plan.
I don't know.
It's like a mocking of it. I don't think it was supposed to be negative. I think it was supposed to be sort of like
plane.
Rocky and the raccoon. Remember there was that cartoon,
Rocky
know,
and Bullwinkle?
the Rocky and Bullwinkle. Hey, boss, the plan, or
I don't know.
was that Tattoo from the Fantasy Island?
The plane.
Now, Tattoo.
I think she's.
Hey,
just,
boss.
She's fake.
I think she's just an idiot.
I think that too.
Well,
She's in over her head, and she's trying to control a situation she can't control, and she's forcing her staff to try to control a situation
every
they
time I
can't
look
control.
at her, I see Montel Williams next to her.
She's completely in over her head.
She is.
She had no business being at this level.
No.
No business at all.
Getting back to the school boards and CRT, did you see what happened out in Irving?
Mm-mm.
That they were up there talking about critical race theory, and they don't want it in their school board. Another guy got up there, and he turned around and faced the audience and basically threatened them that critical race theory is a good thing, and I have 1,000 soldiers ready to go that's locked and loaded if you don't back down.
And apparently there were 3 women that had spoken before him, and they felt that he was talking directly to them.
Right.
And one of them responded, "Are you threatening me?" And he repeated, "Locked and loaded."
Right.
And he was wearing tactical gear.
Really?
Yeah. Out in Irving.
Yep.
So
There he is
some
right
dude-
there. There's a picture of him wearing tactical gear.
Where'd he go?
He's up at the top. I don't know. I don't know what the locked and loaded.
Yeah. I've got 1,000 soldiers ready to go.
All right, so this guy shows up, and he's not for.
Let me see the
He-
very top.
he
He's
likes-
picture of him.
He defended critical race theory.
Was he white or black?
He is a black guy right there.
Yeah, there he is. See him tactical gear?
So he's basic. What the hell is going on here? This is off the charts.
Yeah, he looks like a Black Panthers kind of guy. All dressed like that, dressed in black and
I think that was at a different one. I think he was a little more normally dressed at this last one, but he's been
Almost stood up.
he's been there before,
yeah.
spouting off some bullshit.
Yeah, he said we are not our ancestors. Yeah, okay, can you scroll up for me because it's behind the microphone, the other way. Pull down, sorry. For those who got into this critical race theory equity issue, this is what I fight for my kids. How dare you talk about the things that my daddy and my grandparents suffered, the linchpin, the oppression, the Jim Crow, and my children are still suffering. We are not our ancestors. I've got more than 1,000 soldiers ready to go. Yeah, that sounds really
I don't
So
believe.
Malik Austin.
intimidating.
I don't believe if you're anti-critical race theory that you're not anti-history, right? We're not saying don't teach about Jim Crow, don't teach about this, don't teach about that. It's just don't tell the white kids that they're the oppressors and evil,
Right.
right? Automatically when you come out of the womb.
This
So-
is in Fort Worth, by the way, even though it says Fourth Worth.
that was the Fort Worth.
Yeah, look at that, Fourth Worth. The journalism nowadays is so incredibly disappointing. How many mistakes I see all the time when I read articles. So bad.
I bet fourth, as in the
Fourth
number.
Worth.
As in the number.
Right.
Fourth.
Fourth.
Not even fort, like they just actually hit the H.
It's just, ugh.
They come forth.
I see mistakes all the time. And I've told you guys this before. I took one journalism class at A&M, right?
My sister was.
So I'm not an authority, but if you had a spelling mistake in any way, shape, or form, F, automatic F, boom.
Well, my sister was a journalism. She worked for magazines.
Yeah.
And she can't stand it either.
I can't stand it. I see it in headlines. I see it all over the place. Some of them are literally misspellings. I understand fourth, like you're not going to catch that because it's a real word, right?
Well, you proofread it.
Proofread it,
The
yes.
editor needs
Yes,
to
but
read
even
it.
the spelling is not going to catch that. But I see headlines that are literally misspelled,
Right.
which means they didn't even run spell check.
Man, I tell you, this
Sorry, that's boring.
this bourbon,
Yes.
it tastes so good. The apple cider I had,
Yes.
I had some apple cider, but I had the apple cider because I had some ham. I had cooked one. Remember we went to that place?
Kennedy's.
Yeah, we went to Kennedy's. We bought a bunch of
How come
some
you didn't go, Paul?
sausages, some.
I don't know. I
ribs.
probably was not invited.
You were out of town,
Oh.
as usual. So we ended up going down there. We picked up, we usually get like some holiday turkeys and hams and some sausages and bacon. And the bacon I like
Sausage.
is because it's already smoked, so it's at a certain size. It's not going to go. It's not a shrinky dink. It's not going to go down to nothing.
Okay.
So last year I only bought one ham, and I ended up cooking it. I overcooked it. It was dry. It was like eating fucking shoe leather.
Yeah, it
Now-
can. You got to because there's no fat.
So
It's a
now
very,
I
very
understand
lean ham.
that all you have to do is just heat it up. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
what I did this time. I did it
Microwave
correctly.
it for a minute.
No,
No, I just got it out to room temperature, basically, and threw it in the oven for a little bit. Put some slits on there, put a little brown sugar, a
Brown
little
sugar,
honey,
yeah, there you go.
some
little
pineapple,
freshly waxed stuff. Just put it on there. So, anyways,
bowls.
I ended up eating
What?
that, and I'm freaking bloated. And I'm just like, God, because usually this time of
That's
year,
the half gallon of apple cider.
yeah, well, there's a lot of
doing its
stuff
work.
going on, but it reminded me because we bought that stuff for the holidays, and the holidays are coming, and I've got that.
Yeah,
I
next
bought 2
Thursday.
frozen turkeys that are already cooked, and I don't remember. I don't think I bought a turkey last year, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember eating it.
Hmm.
But it doesn't
Still in
matter.
the freezer.
No, but
I have a
guess my-
turkey in a can.
But it's already cooked, so I'm
Mm.
interested because I didn't pay attention last time. I think my wife grabbed it out and put it in there, and maybe she figured out it was cooked, and I just ate it thinking it was just regular old turkey. So, but I'm interested this year because I know it's already pre-cooked and pre-smoked. So
Yeah, it's a smoked
I'm excited
turkey.
about it, man. Thanksgiving. I don't know. That's coming up. That's like next week.
Next week.
Yeah,
Are you going to be in town, Paul?
I am.
really.
Yeah,
Are
my
you
father-in-law's
usually gone,
coming
right?
up. My father-in-law's going to be here Tuesday through Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna do so the foods. We're gonna have about 15, 16 folks
Oh, wow.
at our house, and Julie's gonna fix a turkey in the oven because she puts stuffing in there, right?
Nice.
So she does that, and I'm gonna smoke a 10-pound turkey breast,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna smoke a ham as well. And
Don't we already have a ham?
huh?
You
I'm not gonna smoke one of those. I did that last. I smoked one of those hams.
you over smoke it?
It didn't. It was too dry.
What's going on over there, Paula?
But the ham I smoke is actually the one that we get is from Costco, and they're actually really good. It's a spiral cut. They got some sugary substance that you smash on the sides, and you
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
it. It's all
From
caramelized.
Costco, huh?
Yeah, the Costco hams are really good.
Oh, nice. I
not
need
a-
to
I'm not a
remember
hu-
that.
I'm not a huge ham fan. I think my sister ruined it for me because I remember
I
my
love
wa-
ham.
My wife and I. Well, I'm starting to like ham. I like the Kennedy's ham a lot. That's what got me back on ham. And then the Costco ones are good too, especially when they're smoked. I mean, they're already cooked, so you're smoking it and you're just infusing it with some of that goodness that smokers give.
Yeah.
And I think my sister ruined it for ham for me because I remember we went up there for Christmas one year. We were not even married a year. No, we weren't even married yet because we were going to get it was the Christmas before we got married, so about 4 months. We went up there. My parents were up there. My sister and her family were up there. She was 9 months pregnant, so she was ginormous, and she made Christmas dinner and a ham, and it was basically a hunk of fat,
Oh, no.
and it was so nasty.
Really?
And I'm gonna have to give her grief. She's gonna be down here next week, and
That would ruin it for anybody.
ham fat is nasty. I think
So it was
it's
just
white.
it was just a bad cut. She bought a bad ham.
I don't
or-
know. It was very, very fatty, and I don't know if she cooked it correctly because it was just ham fat is like snot almost. It's real,
Oh,
just blah.
gross.
And I had a really hard time with it. And
The texture.
texture. I'm not a big ham fat guy, and it was not like that
No.
at all. And it was really, really,
We went
really
to
bad. It was probably-
downtown McKinney, and I had a back fat sandwich. Remember that? And
yeah, it was just fat.
I
Back
had no idea.
Back
I
fat
had
sandwich.
no idea what it was. I
What the hell is a back fat
It's
sandwich?
it's the
pork
fat
belly.
that's on the fucking back of a pig.
Oh,
It's
that's disgusting.
it was disgusting.
Was it pork belly?
The first bite for just a moment, it was divine,
And then
and then I was kind of like,
I remember that.
Jeff nailed it. Snot,
Yeah.
and so the texture of the whole sandwich was like a snotty,
gelatinous.
gross pig snot.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was
that would
Oktoberfest, wasn't it?
yeah.
that would be horrible.
yeah.
So
So
you ate the whole thing, though.
did I?
Yes, you did.
Why?
Well, because the first bite was down in like 2 seconds. I was like, and then I was kind of like, what the hell was that? I'm not sure. I tasted that, and it was gone.
And then you looked at it, and it was just a bit. It was just cubes of fat. Is what it
oh,
was.
gross.
And it was gross.
Well, they're not going to have sides of that cubed fat for Thanksgiving. But what are some of your favorite sides that you like for Thanksgiving?
We always do the green beans with the the crispy
I
onions or
can't
whatever
stand
that
that
is.
stuff. I think
You
it's
don't like
gross.
that? Oh, I
No.
think it's really good. I enjoy
No.
that. I don't enjoy. Was it cranberry? What is it?
Cranberry sauce.
Yeah. Oh no, they're slices.
with a-
They're whole
Well,
cranberry.
that's like Jello.
Yeah,
I love
I've
that
never been a
cranberry.
fan. Never been a fan of that stuff.
My wife makes it really good. You'd like my wife. She does it from actual. It's not a can where you slice it. It's actual cranberry sauce where you take the real cranberries, and she does it somehow, and it's really
Nice.
really good.
Okay.
So
But yeah, and I don't mind the typical mashed potatoes and typical
I don't think we do mashed potatoes.
no.
I don't think so. We have a lot of sides. I know. I brought down. I was able to get some recipes from my mother, what she used to cook. Some we call it broccoli supreme, but it's a broccoli dish, and it's really good. It's got cheese on top and some stuffing, dried stuffing.
Is there
stuff
rice
on-
in there?
No rice.
Stuffing's good too.
And yeah, Julie makes really good stuffing. And
Creamy mashed potatoes. Even the mashed potatoes with like the chunks of potato. I like a little bit, a couple
Yeah.
of chunks in there.
Yeah.
Random one.
I'm not sure I've had chunky mashed potatoes before.
And
I'm
then-
sure that'd be good though.
Yeah, and then Julie makes. Again, my mom used to make homemade mac and cheese, and it was a secret recipe. She wouldn't
Ah.
tell me.
She put bourbon in it.
No, she wouldn't tell me. And then she told Julie right before she passed away what the recipe was. So Julie makes it
Marshmallows.
every year.
Do you know what's in it?
Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, it's just Kraft.
No, it's not
That was her
Kraft.
big secret.
It's Kraft with the powder mix. Little Velveeta. No, I don't know.
So,
It's
like, literally, she passed on the family recipe.
yes to
Oh
Julie.
wow.
So she makes that every
But you
year.
don't know what it is.
No, I think I have a good idea, but I don't know.
What? Julie's
So-
refusing to tell you?
Yeah, she won't tell me.
Are you serious?
You know.
What the hell?
So
this is your mom.
she makes
Wow.
she makes that every year, and it's inhaled every year. And
Oh my god, that's so funny. I cannot
Yeah.
believe she doesn't tell you.
She
as long
makes
as
it
she
with-
makes it, I
With
don't
pot
care.
belly fat.
Yeah, it's got pork belly in there.
Mix it up
Um,
in that cheese.
Huh.
The mac and cheese, and there's another one that my mom used to make. We call it lots of Supreme stuff, Jello Supreme. It's got Jello and cream cheese, and you whip it all together, and it's got maraschino cherries in it. So it's like a sweet little side dish, I guess.
Right.
But we don't do the green bean casserole. I've never
we
been a
do.
fan of those.
Butternut
I
squash.
like it. I like it.
No, squash is gross.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm not a squash fan.
Are you like
I'm not
yams?
a broccoli. I'm not a broccoli fan either.
you know,
Yams,
French
nasty.
onion casseroles. Potatoes au gratin. Some have like cream cheese and ranch, cornbread. Cornbread's popular.
We do rolls. I think we do rolls.
I love rolls. Bread is always the best.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think we're doing a ham. We're not doing a turkey this year. We're doing a ham, and we'll probably do all those side dishes. So
Yeah.
I probably need to jump in and figure out what recipes we're gonna use, and maybe stuffing and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Have you guys ever deep fried a turkey?
Yes.
Yeah, we did that down in Houston. That was fun.
Was it good?
It
I've
was
never
good.
yeah,
had
it's
one.
very tasty.
Oh, it was really good.
Yeah, I've never done one. They
Yeah.
have the
Took 45 minutes.
yeah,
it
it's
can
quick.
it can be a dangerous deal. I think we've talked about that before.
we have.
Where
Yeah,
we
well,
showed videos of,
Got to read
of
the directions.
those going bad.
Yeah. Well, I know when I smoke a turkey, I can get it done in just a couple hours
Oh wow.
when I spatchcock it.
Oh.
So
Oh, nice.
He likes to take his clothes off and spatchcock it.
yes,
Yeah, that's
and but
really something. else.
No, he leaves his tidy whities on.
I do.
Can you
So-
imagine
so-
spatchcocking in his tidy
And
whities?
it's thanks.
No
Sean.
shirt.
It's really good though. Your
Beating it with
smoked
a
turkey.
tenderizing
Oh yeah,
hammer.
I brine it. I'll brine it. I'll make my turkey brine, and I'll brine that, and I'll brine the turkey. I'll brine the turkey breast.
What is spatchcocking
Overnight.
for those out there? I know you're cutting the spine out.
You cut the
essentially.
spine out and you lay it flat. Essentially, you cut it, and then you break the breastbone so the turkey lays flat. So your
Yeah.
turkey's only this thick instead of that thick, right?
Splat.
You're getting rid of
cock.
that big cavity. That slows down the cooking. So
Splatch.
spatch, like a
Spatch.
spatula,
Spatch.
And-
Spatch
and-
cock.
cock, as in like chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
As
you
in
literally
the chicken.
cut the spine out.
Yeah, you cut it out and then you break the breastbone. Some people take the breastbone out. I've seen that as well. I've never done that, but it cooks it really, really quick.
The more bones you take out, the quicker it's going to cook.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. You see the big, really sharp pair of shears to cut out because you have to get through the ribs and stuff like that, and the hip bone. You have to.
That's
the
what I
joint
need.
out.
You know what? I need a good set of poultry cutting scissors in my kitchen.
Yeah, Yeah.
I definitely don't have one of
They
those.
usually get absorbed into the utility cutting scissors area. You know, cut cardboard, metal.
Yeah. No, you need to have nice, good, sharp with lots of force.
Nice.
So
Okay. All right. Well,
You know, what about the dressings? You got brown and white,
white,
or dressings for the turkey, mashed potatoes.
like the stuffing.
like gravy.
Dressing like brown gravy. I meant to say gravy.
Oh, gravy.
Yeah.
He meant gravy.
Yeah, Julie usually makes gravy out of the juice drippings. She'll put it in the pot and add whatever she adds to it. right?
Flour,
Yeah, flour and
stuff.
stock or whatever. I don't know. I've never been part of making the gravy.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I love eating, and
It's quite the statement.
yeah,
I
Right.
love eating. I
Hmm.
think, yeah, Julie does a really good job. You know, she busts her ass, and she has quite the spread.
my
Plus
my wife's
pies.
family makes a spiced meat pie. I call it
Ah,
spiced
shepherd's
meat pie. Shepherd's pie. It's not like shepherd's pie. It's a little bit different. It's shepherd's pie has like like potatoes in it and
It has
stuff.
potato on top.
So this one is like it's like I want to say it's a French clove tasting meat, you know, and it's literally, you know, it's heated up, it's warm, it's got a clove taste. That's all I can really taste.
Is it good?
Yeah, I call it meat pie. The family makes fun of me. There's toutière. You ever heard of that?
No.
No.
Toutière.
Yeah,
Tootsie air.
I don't know if even I'm saying that right.
Te puedo tuter.
Well, anyway, so that's what I look forward to. Plus the pies. I like pecan pie is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie. Again, another pie my mom used to make. It's a chocolate pecan-y type pie.
Ooh.
It's really good.
Like a cream, chocolate
It's
cream,
not cream.
pecan.
It's got butterscotch pudding in it, and it kind of looks like pecan pie, but it's much more decadent. It's really good.
All right, so it says here tourtière, the French Canadian meat pie.
There
so-
it is, right there.
There, yeah, that's exactly it, man.
It's like a hamburger.
Yeah, it does, but it tastes very festive. It's got a it does. It's got that spice.
So it's Canadian.
Interesting.
It looks like a vagina.
We've got ground cinnamon,
Where do you see that?
ginger, nutmeg, allspice, ground cloves,
Oh, that's
and
very-
cayenne pepper.
That's very fall
And
spices.
cayenne pepper and ground mustard. So it's everything like that. It's got a wonderful taste to it, and I could easily eat 2 slices of that.
So is it French or is it French Canadian?
Well, French Canadian, you know.
That's what it
I'm sure
says there.
ultimately it's French.
French.
Yeah, but maybe Canadians put a twist on it. Maybe they added some cayenne pepper
So just
from
for
the
the
hills
record,
of Cayenne.
I don't
for the
know.
record, I've never seen a vag that looks like that, but I guess you might have seen one,
But look like ground beef.
like what you were describing earlier. I've
You know.
never seen one that looks like that.
Well, they caught me off guard.
Well,
Now
I
I'm
don't think
thinking
you heard
about
him earlier.
veggies. How big are they?
He goes, while you were like, the meat pie is so festive and this and that, he's like, it looks like a vagina.
I don't recall.
And so I was just clarifying that I've never seen one that looks like that.
I don't recall that.
Like, really? You don't?
No.
You can play it back.
Tourtière. I'm gonna have to investigate. I'm gonna write that down. 'Cause I like trying new things,
That's my favorite pie. Well, it's not a pie, but
like apple
it
pie.
is. But it's not a dessert.
What's the
but-
main dish, right?
Yeah.
Almost like a quiche.
Yeah, but it's made out of meat.
That's the important aspect. Meat.
Well, it's a spicy meat, and it's thicker than I want to say. It's almost it's not as thick as meatloaf.
I was gonna say, is it a meatloaf-like texture?
It's
It kind of would need to be. Otherwise, it just kind of falls apart like ground, just a,
I was gonna, yeah.
a pile of ground beef.
but it's not like meatloaf.
Because there's a couple
Is
eggs in there.
it stays solid.
Because there's
you know,
eggs in there.
But this stuff,
bread.
it will hold its form for a short while, and then it starts to crumble. You know, it's kind of like a thick meat sauce, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I'd be willing to try it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
All right. Why don't you make it this weekend, Paul?
Okay, I'm on it.
Well, so
I'm on it.
I don't know. I can't think of any other favorites for the side dishes. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm going over to my in-laws' house. My parents, I got to figure out what they're doing.
If you guys don't have plans for the weekend after Thanksgiving, we should all get together and have our own little
No,
post.
my family's going to be here,
Oh, okay.
so I don't know exactly when.
Was
they're
your dad
leaving.
going to be here?
No, he's not going to make it. My sister and her husband will be here.
But they're staying the whole time.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know when they're going back. I don't know if it's
we
Saturday
may not
or
be
Sunday.
invited for that week.
Why?
Maybe just too much going on.
By whom? Invited
we
by whom?
we may not be invited. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
But over here,
Yeah,
why not?
we got to stay away.
Why?
Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're going to escape.
No, I don't know when they're leaving. So I mean, if they're here like on Saturday, they're leaving Sunday. Yeah, that's. I don't mind everyone coming over or something like that. And
yeah. I was thinking. Yeah, we'll look at it, but maybe
play it
Saturday
by
night
ear.
would be good.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
it just depends on when everyone's leaving.
Gotcha.
That's kind of cool. So, that's happening on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is going to be kind of a fun. This is going to be a weird year.
Why?
Um,
Supply chain issues, pricing of turkeys.
Price of gas.
yeah, I'm thinking all above.
Yeah, I put $100 in my truck fucking last weekend.
Wow.
$100.
Gas wise, yeah.
And that was at 40 cents off at Kroger.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's out of control. But
And we're not even a year in.
nope.
No. Well, he wants to cancel another pipeline.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
And he wants to tap the strategic oil reserve. Instead of producing more, let's tap our strategic oil reserve.
Right.
For, true emergencies, right?
Right.
Let's deplete that.
Yeah, the emergency is his poll numbers
Yeah, he wants to get that price down. That's all he wants to do.
right before Thanksgiving.
Well, no, he wants to do it probably with the prices for the midterms. I'll see gas prices back down where it needs to be.
Right.
What is the rationale for shutting down the other gas line?
Does he need any? I don't know what his rationale is.
I mean, even like the lady, the spokesman, when they were talking about OPEC raising the prices, and
She laughed.
she was being, the audacity. Who is that bitch?
I don't know.
She's the energy secretary.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
of
Department of Energy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and she's like some sort of
just
psycho.
laughs. Oh, come on. You stupid white
Like
boy.
we have any control over that.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't have to be going through.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell her deal is. This is all. These are all plants, guys. These are plants to push an
She
ideology.
it was
We've already-
absolutely wrong.
Yeah, we've covered this.
And no one's calling her out.
Of course not.
You know, the media's not calling her out.
Well, you know,
And look at Whoopi Goldberg. I tell you what, she is a slob.
Yeah.
A slob?
She is a slug.
Oh, a slug.
Wittenhouse trial message: it's okay to shoot white, and it gets cut off. What white?
Well, it
White men?
well
White.
no. What's her name? Whoopi Goldberg says that. Well, not only can they kill black folks, they can kill the white folks too.
Is that like a threat?
No, that's what Whoopi says. All right, well, you know how they can kill now they can kill white folks. That's all this one is saying. So killing black folks is okay. Now they're saying, well, it's killing white folks is okay.
Oh, good. Well, there's equity there.
No.
You throw that back in her face. What did she say?
Yeah, equity.
Yeah, you wanted equity. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Now it's okay to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Guns don't discriminate. Guns kill everybody.
I wonder what her TV show, The View. Well, I wonder what their viewership is,
I don't know.
and why is that show still on?
Oh, Joy. I know Joy Reid's not that. Joy Behar is on that show, but Joy Reid said something absolutely crazy inflammatory. I think yesterday on MSNBC, and I wish I could remember the headline. It was crazy. I mean, it goes on and on and on with how inflammatory that woman is. You know who I'm talking about? Joy Reid.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, the anchor on MSNBC that nobody
Yeah.
watches, of course. But
Right.
anyway,
So going back to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, she's a true piece of shit.
yeah,
she is.
Yeah.
Going back to Thanksgiving, did you do Thanksgiving when you were in Thailand?
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they have turkeys and hams, or did you have to do some adjustments when you were over there?
Man, that's a great question. I think we had turkeys.
Some like lo mein.
Yeah, it was all Indonesian food. No, I mean, for the most part, my mom continued with the same diet that we always had. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't.
She had peanut butter and jellies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
Ham
we
and
ab-
bologna sandwiches.
absolutely. We kept it as normal as possible, and I don't remember. I would imagine she was. I mean, we were always a turkey family, so if she was able to get a turkey, we got a turkey. Otherwise, it would have been ham. So, but I mean, yeah, nothing weird, nothing weird. So,
No,
yeah,
no eels.
no, no, we managed to maintain the American diet, which is probably not a good thing, but
Hey, you know the Joy Bear from the View, the View.
The Voo.
very.
She makes $7 million a year.
Oh,
She's a piece of shit.
she is
I don't care. She's a piece of shit.
totally is
And she's probably done that. How long has she had this done
completely.
this show? 20 years?
She's completely irrational.
How long has the View been on? It started way
Yeah,
back
Barbara
when.
Walters was on
Well,
it.
it used to not be like this, quite this bad, right? When Barbara Walters was on, and Joy Behar, and I don't remember who else. Was Roseanne on it for a while?
Well, they always had one token conservative woman,
Right.
and then but they would run them off like Hasselhoff. No, sorry, Matt. Who was the quarterback?
Hasselbeck.
Hasselhoff?
Hasselbeck.
Oh,
Hasselbeck.
Hasselbeck, yeah.
Hasselbeck.
Yes.
So she was on there for a long time,
Yeah.
and then she got replaced by McCain.
Meghan McCain.
Yeah, John McCain's daughter.
I think there's somebody in between there.
There's Sonny
Yeah, I
Hostin,
think you're
Sarah
right.
Haynes.
Sonny Hostin's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, they're all radical psychos, man. In my opinion.
And if you disagree with them, they shut you down.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and they had like, fights and where they went to commercial and they're all bickering with each other. I'm like, give me a break.
I know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
1997. Holy shit.
I didn't realize it's been around that long.
The View canceled. I hope they frickin' cancel that show. All it is it's just divisive.
Totally.
You know.
Well, everything's divisive right now.
Well, it is, but they're part of the problem because they make the news because they're so far out there.
Yep.
You feel that, and people watch it. Again, I don't know what their viewership is, but people watch that shit.
They do.
You know? Oh, well, Whoopi said this. I got to believe it.
Yep. And
You
they believe whatever's coming out of there, even though it's like
And the sad thing
psycho.
She
to
was a
me
ghost.
is that they have the perfect platform to get a message out, a positive message, a humanitarian message, something constructive, not so vile, and
Well, just like they
be
were.
productive with what you
they
got.
have the forum to be able to do that. You're saying
They can turn all kinds of people.
But they
can, yeah,
They're
they choose
divisive and
ugly,
hateful.
and I mean, they could talk about positive things. Just talk about positive things. Make that a point. Just make sure. Hey, why don't you guys talk about something positive? What's good about today? Hey, I'm alive. Hey, those prices, even though they're continuing to go up, we had enough money to buy this. We're thankful for this.
right. Yeah, that they could, but no, that's not really their. That's not really their thing.
I don't know. It's it's spreading on all the shows and the stars across the board, even with NFL. With Aaron Rodgers.
No. Boy, he's
And-
getting shit on right now.
Yeah, and I really don't understand it.
I think the only people that could have a beef with him is possibly his own teammates.
Yeah, people.
That's
that,
it.
Yeah, but
People directly around him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
but I'll
that
go.
may
I'll
be
go back to
offending.
the same damn thing. People who are vaccinated have the same risk of spreading the virus as unvaccinated. He didn't put anybody. He put nobody.
Well, they're
Not like literally 0 people on the planet. He put at higher risk of anything,
right.
so they can screw themselves.
I think what they're latching onto is he lied. He
Yeah.
said he was immunized.
Immunized. Well, there are different ways to be immunized, right?
Well, I mean, and people are buying into the brain, the brainwashing that unvaccinated people are evil. Evil. They're not evil,
No.
and and like I said, they don't run any more risk of spreading it than anybody else.
Well, the fifth court was Fifth Court of Appeals.
Fifth Court of Appeals, yeah.
Is it the same thing, or did they push that forward even more, where they shut down
Well,
OSHA?
they delayed it, or they said you need to hit pause, and then like a week later, a
Yeah,
few
but they
days later,
permanently shut it down.
and they
now.
said, "Nah, you're done."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that just in one state or is that nationwide?
That's nationwide.
Wow. So at this point, it's all up to individual business owners to. So I mean, that should spread all the way through the cities.
It should. I mean, I was very thankful to see that.
You know,
So my
now all
question
those
is-
people about what about New York with all those cops being and all the nurses that are being fired and walked off the jobs?
Right. Again, if
Yep.
that hospital says we're still mandating the vaccine, they can do that. But you're going to lose some people in the process.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So, it's each company could do what they want.
Yeah, I'm amazed. I mean, I'm amazed how many people are sticking to their guns or to their principles. I mean, there's tons of nurses that got fired. I don't know about doctors. For some reason I haven't heard about any doctors being fired, but I'm sure they are. But nurses getting fired and cops refusing to take the vaccine and
Well, a lot of us saw one article. A lot of the NYPD moving to Florida
right where they don't have to be
and
vaccinated.
becoming cops.
Well, what about the military? Like, if you don't want to take it and they're mandating it, do you get an what do you call it, dishonorable discharge?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
unbelievable. Because that looks very poorly on their record.
It
what,
does.
for being in the military?
Yeah, dishonorably discharged.
To be dishonorably discharged because you didn't take the
Well,
vaccine.
I mean,
very poor on your record.
You're so I don't think the soldiers actually have a right. I'm thinking. I mean,
Yeah,
because
Which
you're
is crazy.
You're
Well,
military property.
Well, the military says that you're going to have to get it. Well, when you get in the military, I think you get pumped up with all kinds of shit, don't you?
Well, they give you
I saw Pearl Harbor.
if you go to like overseas, you got to have what are they called, the boosters?
Yeah, they give you all kinds of shots.
Well, I mean,
No.
that was normal for anybody who travels overseas. I had to do the same thing when I was a kid living over there, but none of that
yellow
was
fever.
It's crazy how those shots left the big old mark on the side of your arm.
Were you talking about smallpox?
Well, I don't know what
Yeah, that
if
was
you're going
I think that was a
overseas.
smallpox one.
You
That's a
had to have
smallpox.
the big one on the side of your arm, and it's amazing how fucked up that is. Do those get so? I mean, everyone has the mark, so it's like, isn't that just fucked up to think about it? The
Yeah,
mark.
That it
scars
that
you.
it leaves a mark.
Yeah, that everyone has there's a lot of people on the planet. Do they still give out that same shot?
Smallpox?
Well,
It's been eradicated,
the
hasn't it?
style of shot
That's
that's
a
on
great
the side of
question.
your arm, that leaves the mark. I don't know if that's the smallpox or not, but
Yeah, it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I've got it. I've got it on my arm. We all do, right? Don't we all have it?
I do. I mean, if you travel over to Europe, you definitely have it.
Right.
And did you get it, Jeff?
I'm sure I did.
There's a
don't-
lot
I
of folks that didn't get it.
I'm sure I did.
But
I don't know.
like the people
Yeah.
that like if you went outside of the country, you had to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely had to. I mean, that was when we came back to the United States, we had to get shots every year, and we would go through. I guess we went through Chicago for some reason, and that was we all got like 4 or 5 shots. Like it was crazy, and then but we were rewarded after getting 4 or 5 shots.
Got a
Like
lollipop?
one in each butt cheek, one in both arms, and all this kind
Oh.
of shit. Oh yeah, it was
And then you
bad.
get a sucker.
No, we got to go to McDonald's.
Uh,
And that was like, okay, it's worth it. It's worth it.
That's before chicken McNuggets, so you had to get like a cheeseburger.
No, I had to get a quarter pounder with cheese with no cheese. Because that was what was on the menu.
You didn't like cheese?
No, I didn't.
I don't like fast food.
So they
cheese.
used to, on the menu, they used to have quarter pounder and quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, yeah?
And then they removed quarter pounder. So as a kid, I would say, I would like the quarter pounder with cheese with no cheese.
Well, I know when I
Because
worked.
I'd be listing it off the menu.
Well, I worked at McDonald's when I was 16,
Stupid, right?
and they had
Yes.
both. They had quarter pounders and then quarter pounders with cheese.
Yeah. They had it
So-
for a long, long time because that's what I would order. But then, yeah, they took it off.
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's for
Did you really?
for 2 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
well, I was in high school, and I'd work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? Only during the weekends, and I'd close Friday night, I'd close Saturday night, and I'd go in at like 11 to 7 or something like that on a Sunday.
Did you hate it?
At times, it was just I was back there. I was a cook,
Right.
right? And that's when you still actually cook the meat at McDonald's. I don't know how they do it now.
Of course they still cook it. What does that mean?
Well, it's different now. You know, when I was doing it, they had 3 or 4 big griddles, or the
Big flat pans.
big flat
open.
Yeah,
grill
the big,
thing.
yeah, the big flat grill.
And one person would be responsible for like Big Macs and hamburgers, and then another one would have to do all the hamburgers, and someone else would be doing all the quarter pounders. And McDLT was big back then too. So you'd lay out and you hit the button, you'd sear them. You know, it was all timed, right? And then they tell you when to turn it. You turn them, and then you know you're usually working with someone else. Someone's cooking the hamburger, someone's prepping the buns. So someone's toasting the buns, laying the cheese.
And it was as close to automated as possible.
Yeah, and it was.
Did
Well,
you have
which
to
is-
wear
which
the
is
paper
important,
hat
right? I
that said
mean-
McDonald's?
No, I think it was some kind of ball cap or something.
Oh man, I remember the paper hats they used to have.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
McDonald's
yeah, I
thing.
remember that.
I don't remember wearing the hat. I don't remember, but it was a polyester suit,
Oh, yeah.
and it got
With
hot.
stripes.
No, this was solid blue.
Highly flammable.
This was solid blue, and it would be so greasy because your hands would get greasy because you're flipping the burgers and it would splatter,
Yeah.
and you'd wipe it on your legs, or I would.
Ugh.
And when I get home, my thighs would be all greasy, and
It's spitting right into your
I'd
skin.
have to. I had two sets of it, so I'd wash one and wear the next one, right? Because
Sure.
that grease gets hard, and it was that blue right there. That's exactly what I had,
Wow,
and
those are
That
those are-
actually may be you.
that could be my sister. She worked there as well.
Oh, okay. Well, look how
No,
happy.
mine didn't have stripes though. That was that color, but mine didn't have stripes. It was solid blue, and I remember they had a special. I never cooked so many hamburgers in my life. They had actually Big Macs, but they had a special. I think it was 99-cent Big Macs,
Oh, wow.
and I'd have 48 hamburgers going at one time,
Oh, wow.
and sear them all, and it'd be just lettuce everywhere because you're just making them as fast as you can because
Right.
people are buying 10 at a time, right?
Right.
And for hours, I just sit there and make Big Mac, just
One after
turn them
another
one
after
after another,
another.
48 every couple minutes.
Yep.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, my son worked at Whataburger, and he only lasted, I think, a month, maybe even less. Yeah, he didn't last very long. And he said, "Oh, I'm never going to work fast food again," because apparently maybe the customers they weren't as bad back then, Jeff, when you were working, but somebody was complaining about how the shake wasn't filled up all the way or something, and they threw it back at him through the drive-through window, and it didn't hit him, but it landed on the floor and went everywhere. And Brody was like, "What the hell?" I mean, he saw like really shitty, awful customers,
Yeah.
and he was just like, man, he couldn't handle it. Get the shitty people.
Yeah, there's buttholes out there.
And I think it's gotten worse. I mean, like just civility,
Right.
what people think they're allowed to do and say,
Right. I don't think
we're in a different world now than when we were.
Yeah. I don't think I ever did the register, but I don't remember when I was working at McDonald's. That was a long time ago. Really any customer issues like that. Not that I
Yeah.
remember anyway.
Well, see, I worked at the movie theater, right? I worked at AMC, and I did the register. I did, I was the usher, all kind of stuff. But I spent tons of time behind the counter, and I mean, there were some people that kind of gave a little bit of attitude, about things or
Right.
whatever. But they would complain that they wanted the fresh popcorn, or they
Right.
wanted, that's too much ice in my cup. You know what I mean? Like just little things like that.
Yeah, people would get around the freshness thing at McDonald's. They'd say, "I need French fries, no salt, please."
Hey, before we go on our break here, I wanted to go back to
Oh, Sean's
the
not
Fifth
interested in
Circuit.
this.
Yeah, he's not
topic.
interested in fast food.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, please.
Well,
you have the floor.
Yes.
Well, we were talking about the Fifth Circuit, how they just overturned Biden.
Yes, for his vaccine mandate. Yes,
So the
Well, OSHA really at this point.
correct.
both. So they slammed them both separately. So they have a left wing periodical or magazine that comes out called The Guardian.
Yes.
And they
I've
put
heard
up
of it.
there how Trump reshaped the Fifth Circuit to become the most extreme U.S. court.
He did. He appointed like 300 judges. They said that's really gonna be Trump's legacy is because he appointed all of these judges without anybody really knowing it.
No, they knew. They just couldn't stop it, so they didn't. They
They
didn't
didn't
make.
report on it.
Yeah, they didn't make much of a stink about it because they didn't want him to have the win.
Right. So that's one of the things I heard.
You follow me there?
Oh yeah, that's really going to be
He's
his
appointed
legacy.
more. Well, has he appointed more?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was
he
hundreds.
appointed a shitload.
Hundreds. The last account I saw was nearing 300.
Right.
Wow. Well, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Well, I mean, as long as he's appointing judges that are supposed to be
fair
and apply the law the way you're supposed to. Now,
right.
maybe I can't be objective here, and I'm jaded, but I would say that conservative judges can apply the law much better than liberal judges, because the liberal judges have an agenda or ideology. They're activist judges, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're activist judges. That's a good term.
So
yeah. So
anyway, but that's my jaded opinion.
Are they taking the fifth? Are they taking it to the Supreme Court?
Well, no, they didn't say. It didn't say that. So it says,
I'm sure it'll move up.
They're complaining. But what said one publicly mourned the moral tragedy of abortion. I mean, it's just
whatever.
They're so dramatic.
It is. It is. I'm trying to find out who's the woman that didn't take notes. Oh, there it is. Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court. Where he nominated her to the Supreme Court. So
he did.
Correct. Trump. I mean, he nominated a boatload of.
Well, Bush did John Roberts, and look at the hack he turned into.
He is a total fraud.
Yeah. I don't know. Didn't he do some illegal shit?
No, that was the whole Epstein rumor. That Epstein managed to get kids fostered for him.
This is creepy,
adopted.
man. This is creepy.
He arranged the adopted kids for him. So
some creepy shit. All right. Well, hey, first half of Dudes Like Us. This is the Thursday. I'm sorry. This is the Tuesday before. No, Thanksgiving. Excuse me. Next week's Thanksgiving. So we have one more.
One more.
All right. Well, that's a good deal. It's November 16th. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
Dudes Like Us.